Hey everybody, it's BJ.
And Patrick.
And we're back talking all things real estate. And just real quick before we get into it, hit the subscribe button and give us a like for the video. And we just had a big announcement this week from the Bank of Canada.
Supersize.
Right?
It's the American dream.
Well, not McDonald's, but the interest rates.
But the documentary, is it a mockumentary?
Oh, it's hilarious. I really...
if anybody hasn't seen
if you have
the
not seen
documentary,
Super Size Me, it's worth a watch.
I'm already off track. Okay.
Yeah, but it's really good.
If you want to throw up after eating McDonald's and seeing your doctor, okay.
Okay. Back to this last week here.
We're talking about supersized.
And we're talking about a supersized interest rate drop.
Rate cuts.
That the Bank of Canada just announced. So half point drop went in. And we're not going to probably see the immediate repercussions of that because we're heading into the holiday season and everything. But it is...
Oh, but we get a GST holiday, don't we?
Apparently.
On some things that, like many things that we already had, like GST was not applicable for.
Sure.
And then some. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, in terms of the interest rate, I saw something today that one of the banks was offering 3.25 on variable. So obviously we're seeing some repercussions from that immediately. I think from the market's point of view, we're probably going to see the repercussions as we head into spring more than the immediate right this second. We've talked about this before, it takes 3 to 6 months for interest rate adjustments to actually affect the economy. And the fact that we saw them go bang, 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 bang on the way down, or pardon me, on the way up.
Bang, bang, bang on the way up. Yep.
And it's going to take a little bit to evaluate. I think from what we're seeing and what we talked about this in one of the other episodes also, I think we're probably near the bottom of where the market's going to be in terms of price point.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. Like if there's any further adjustments, I think it's just clearing the muddy waters. Is that very like a nondescript way of saying like, you know what? Properties that are not desirable, it's not a hot market anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's on a busy street, it's got a messed up layout, it's got something, or it needs too much repairs. Yeah, those are going to hurt on price.
Yeah.
Desirable properties are going to continue to hold their value. Will they come down a little bit? Possibly, yes. Is it going to be drastic? Is it going to be a market crash? You're dreaming. You're just dreaming if you're thinking that, right?
Yeah, and that's I guess what I'm saying is I think we're at the bottom end right now of where we're going to come down to.
Super. Based on
based on what we're seeing from the market here anyway right now, we're starting to see things start to move again. We're starting to see when the listings are reasonable in terms of they've done the proper due diligence of what is the market value, what is the property really worth.
The interest rate drops continuously now now we have the jumbo supersized rate cuts has grown like buyer sentiment to be positive that they're not going to lose money buying a house anymore. And hey, the last 2 months has been pretty busy in the market here in Victoria, BC. Yeah. So, that's maybe that's not affecting all sectors across Canada, like multi-million-dollar condos in Toronto. Like, yeah, their sales are down, but their single-family dwellings are up.
Yeah.
So, it really depends on what market we're talking about, what's in demand and what's not in demand. Yeah. And it's not all created equal. Like Vancouver is not the same as Saskatoon.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
but I think we've already started to see some of that bounce back in prices already here anyway. And I think part of it is, the sellers have to be realistic about what their expectations are. In terms of, well, here's what the market is saying, here's what the market is doing. We're not going to get 100,000 over asking.
Oh, it's more important than ever to like how specific your comparisons are.
Yeah.
Than ever before, where it was like, when it was a hot market during like the post-COVID release, where everything was selling and there was 30 offers per house.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore. So, you really have to realistically be objective of like what your property is compared to like what else is available on the marketplace.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I do think as a result of the repeated price drops, and we talked about one study, I think BMO did it, where they said 70% of buyers were waiting for rates to come down before they got back in the market.
That was throughout the year they were talking about that.
Right.
Yep.
But so that was over the summer. So that was probably a point and a half ago in terms of interest rates. So I think we have set those 70%. There's probably a good number of those that have said, okay, we're back in. Let's go and see what we can do here. Let's see what we can find.
Those people are confident that prices are not, I'm not going to buy a house for $1 million. It's not going to be worth $950 tomorrow.
Right.
They're confident going into, like, we're at the end of 2024. We're in December. So moving into spring, they're thinking now is a better time to buy than waiting until springtime.
Yeah.
Well, there's going to be more inventory available.
Yeah.
More sellers are going to be having like, oh, the garden's going to be ready. The sunshine's going to be out. It's going to be the best time.
Yeah.
No. The buyers are already jumping on board right now.
Yeah.
Before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I know I have clients, we're out looking right now because
it's so busy right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And but because we have an idea, or I have an idea, and we've talked about it and they agree with my mindset on it, is that we have an idea where the market's going as we roll into the new year and certainly into spring, and they want to get ahead of that in terms of the, more people coming on the market, therefore more competition for the properties. And certainly there's going to be maybe more listings come on, but if we find something that works now, it makes more sense for them to get into it at this point than next year when things are starting to really start to rev up.
Yeah, when everybody else gets off the fence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So to me, it's the classic Warren Buffett thing: is when is the best time to buy something? When everybody's selling, right?
When there's blood in the streets.
Yeah,
Who said that?
That might have been him. Was it him? Somebody said that, when there's blood in the streets, or when is the best time to buy whatever is when everybody's selling it. When they're panicking.
It could be a Rothschild. When there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own, I think is the quote.
I'm pretty sure that's not Buffett. That might be like a Rothschild or maybe a Rockefeller or something like that.
We're reading different books, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. But good times.
So anyway, that's the thing. We know the interest rate drop is here. We know we'll see what the new year looks like. I think in Canada, there's going to be some things to sort out with how they approach the U.S. economy and relations with the U.S. and things that are kind of thrown out there in the.
Yeah, that'll be interesting times to come, right? We'll see what happens with the economy and the 25% tariffs.
Yeah, and that all affects our economy, and by extension will affect the real estate market, interest rates, all those things. So, but you know what? Why don't you put it in the comments? What about you? What do you think is the repercussion of this? What do you think we're going to see from this half-point drop? And does it affect you? If you're a buyer, what does that mean for you? Or if you're a seller, what does that mean for you and your mindset on things? So, yeah.
Awesome.
All right. See you next time.
Thanks for watching. Bye.